Welcome to the East County Sports Report. I'm Ramon Scott, and I'm joined by my partner at EastCountySports.com, Dave Dickens. Dave, we got a special guest joining us tonight from the Christian High Patriots, Andy Fierro. Thanks for joining us, Andy. Dave, thanks for setting up another interview for us. I know I've been putting some pressure on you. Get us some shows, keep us going through the times here.
Absolutely, and it's a tremendous pleasure to have you on, Andy. I mean, you could probably speak volumes if we could probably put in a 6-hour show. And it's not like the folks don't have the time to listen. So at any rate, let's start with the better things in life, and that's your recent great news that you received from Boise State and how that came about, and let us know how that decision was made, and maybe even want to discuss the weighted, non-weighted GPA and all that good stuff, majors.
Yeah, okay. I received my application. I got accepted about a week ago. Opening up that letter was like amazing feeling. Like seeing like all like seeing I said I got accepted. It's like wow, like it's real. Then it's like, well, in order for me to get to that up to that, I had a 3.7 GPA unweighted. And for like my plans up to college, I wanted to major in like business and do something up in business, like business finance, and pursue that route.
And how about the climate, Andy? Is that somewhere out there in Idaho? So somewhere where they have seasons, unlike the warm and hot that we have out here in Southern Cal.
I'm actually kind of excited to like feel like winter, see the snow and all that. I haven't really experienced like any snow. I'm in the snow like once or twice, but to experience it up there, it's gonna change everything.
Now, were you waiting? Is there still some favorite or something? I mean, when we're kids, we all have our high school. When we're in high school, we have our college favorite, our professional favorite. Was there any university that was your dream school per se?
Oh, the one university that was my dream school was Stanford University. Just like over there, like I've been up there, is really nice. Like it just caught my attention. Yeah.
A lot of greats came out of there. First one that comes to my head is, of course, John Oway. So but there's been some great talent that's gone through there, and you can't complain. I mean, that guy had an economics degree. He could have played for the Yankees or the Colts. Well, we kind of scrapped that one, but he ended up playing for a pretty lucrative career for the Broncos. And so how about the athletic portion of things? I mean, obviously, great thing. You're doing great in school. You're taking it seriously. And then we want to get in also to the transition that you've had to make. It's almost going on a year that a lot of these public schools are having to go to the Zoom format, and a lot of them are having to spend time at home. But fortunately for you, you've been able to attend the campus pretty much majority of the school year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird, walking around, seeing everyone with masks, and walking in the classroom. The first thing you do is put on hand sanitizer. Then every desk is just spread out. It's just a different like feeling. Like it's obviously not the same as it used to be. A lot of regulations throughout the whole campus and protocols we have to follow. It's changed a lot.
Sounds like a dream. Sounds like a great situation to be in, comparatively to a lot of kids right now. Sounds pretty good, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say, Andy. I mean, you look around and just locally, we've talked about it several times on our show about Christian being part of. I mean, part of the East County. I mean, they should really be part of the Grossmont High School District, but it is what it is. We could go on and on about that, but the great thing for you is, you guys are able to accept the protocols, and all of the parents now are all the parents pretty much in agreement too that you should all be on the campus for the most part. All your friends, teammates are attending pretty much 100%. Because I mean, you got what, probably about under 400 probably total school body, correct?
Yes, we do have under like 400. I think like three something, but it's very low.
But so it's pretty much 100%. Everybody's attending.
Yes, it's 100%. Just like it depends on which year. Like their family has to confirm with them if they're able to go back, because some people have like families have health issues and they don't want to risk that. So it's all in like if each family is 100% with sending their kid back.
I know, Dave. I know you're looking at me.
uh, it's a little tongue in cheek, Andy, from a show less than 24 hours ago. But at any rate, I mean that's got to be a Merry Christmas within itself. Like Ramon said, though, I wouldn't say it's business as usual, but it's a little bit more of normalcy in your life as far as school goes and academically. The unfortunate part, though, is we're regulated a little more heavily from the state of California when it comes to athletics and commissioners and fantastic governors that decide whether or not we can practice, and it keeps getting pushed back. Have you personally heard any news as of recently when Christian is possibly able to resume practice for football?
Honestly, I have not heard any news until we got the update that aren't starting our season until later on in the year. But before we got the update, we were practicing and like social distancing, like practicing that with all the same protocols before. So yeah.
And then it's got to be real tough. I know Ramon's waiting for this question, so I'm gonna come out with it. And that's first and foremost, what a group to depart with longtime legends, Coach David Beezer on the offensive side of the ball, and then head coach Coach Oliver. I mean, it's that really is a huge change. And how are you handling it? How the guys been handling it? What do you think about all this?
Like when we found out the news, we found it at school. We seen on our phones that Coach O had retired, and also seeing like a couple of days later that Coach Beezer had like also retired. Also, and it caught us by surprise. We didn't really know what to expect because we were expecting a season. And like it was like within like summertime, so we're all like stressing like, oh, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna handle this? But they taught us well. They taught us everything we know. They helped us throughout with in school and out of school with football. So they make sure we would be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't. I mean, you look around the East County, and let's just say even the private schools, the Cathedral Catholics, the for example, and then Modern Day, and all those schools, and you got to consider yourself, and I'm sure you do, really fortunate to have had the experience that the two coaches had combined. I mean, so many years, and especially I just recall Coach Beezer, and he always had that. And I know all too well about that. Those trick plays he had for the offense. He always had one of those in his back pocket. I can remember him using one against Uni City, I believe, last year. And I'm sure you knew of quite a few of those. What did you think of that? I mean, that was always nice. Kind of an Andy Reid like type coach.
Yeah, it was like we'll be running through our game plans or practice, and he'd be like, "All right, so during this situation, we were coming to this situation. This is what we're gonna run. So we'll practice that trick play, so we get it down, so we're ready for when it comes to game time and that situation happens. We're ready to go and use it."
And he had quite a few. I've seen some success personally. I'm sure Ramon's seen, and even my father, the late Bill Dickens. I'm sure you, between you two, Ramon, I'm sure you saw
Oh,
plenty of Beezer specials.
well, just because of the motion that the Patriots run, anyways. I mean, I think they've got to be the leaders in gadgetry among all the teams out here. But I think that just lends to the style of offense that they run. And I would guess things aren't going to change. I mean, this is kind of a coaching tree that they're bringing back in here. With Mitchell. I mean, you look at how Mitchell and Allen worked together and where they came from Christian. I mean, I'm sure it's all coming full circle, and I imagine that there's not as much of a learning curve when these guys finally get down to business. I'm sure that Andy's already seen, information or exchanged thoughts with this new coaching staff and his teammates. I'd imagine it's kind of the same thought process by these guys. I'm pretty sure Coach Mitchell is going to be pretty professional and thorough, just like the previous staff was.
And how much have you been able to, Andy? I mean, I the social distancing and all of that being kept in mind. How much actual time on the field were you fortunate to be able to spend with Coach Mitchell and the new coaching staff? And then I'm sure you have a few left over even from the previous coaching regime.
Uh, it'll be like 3 days a week, 3 to 4 days a week that we'll be able to spend with them, and sometimes on our days off we'll spend time with them in the classroom, but then when we're on the field, that's when we're actually practicing. That's when we're doing practicing on the field with them.
And let's talk about your position on the field and how vital it is, and definitely. I mean, Gabe Krug coming back is got to be one of the brightest spots too in your offense and the schemes that Coach Mitchell's going to come up with. I tell you what, I saw that kid play last year, and if there's one word that describes him especially, is tough. That kid is one tough kid. He took some beatings, and I've never seen a kid get up so quickly into the huddle, and he's just all about let's get back up, let's drive the ball down the field, and that's exactly what you guys would do. Uh, I mean, tell me about that. Tell Ramon about it, and our audience how great it is to have a leader like that.
Just after seeing like our quarterback take a hit like that, come back up, like the energy he kept the energy high, so he was positive throughout the whole game, no matter what. And with that help with him being positive to us, just like motivate us. After seeing him run down the field, the truck a kid get back up hyped, it made the energy even higher in the stands and even on the field. Just feeling that energy go through your body, you're like man, like this is the guy we need.
That gets me going just hearing that.
Yeah.
He did too, and the great thing I saw, and I was fortunate to see quite a few of those Christian games, and the way that you guys moved him down, creating holes even for his legs, because I mean he has a great arm, he has a great head on his shoulders as far as his reads, and I tell you what though, he's he's pretty quick. When he decides to run, you guys are right behind him, and you're creating those gaps. And pretty quick kid, if you ask me, and definitely makes some great reads. Um, and is he still? I think the last time I saw, uh, was it a? And I think Ramon saw too. Was it a USC shirt we saw? Ramon, the last time we interviewed him.
I think we were just running into him after a practice or something. But
Yeah,
no, well, I mean, we know that he's got that ASU, but he's still getting offers, still getting some. I saw some smaller offers coming in as well just recently. I think, if I'm not mistaken, within the last couple of weeks. So unfortunately, we just got to get out there and play some football and see where the dice fall. And that was one of the biggest storylines coming into the season was the Patriots, the Patriots in general, but the Patriots with Krug and the offense, one of the top storylines of all of our teams for sure. So, yeah, that's a bummer.
and how about and I might excuse me, I might have cut you off there, Andy. Your position on the field and what you strive for, and how you feel when you're out there and you have the caliber of players, and playing Patriots football when you know that you've had quite a few legends and some just phenomenal teams come through those doors and play on that field that you share with Granite Hills over there.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling playing Patriots football. Right when you strap on that jersey, like Coach Bees will always tell stories about the past players on what they done and how tremendous they turned out, how they made how one play they changed the whole program, and it's just that energy, knowing that when we look playing O line, we look behind you, amazing backfield, Gabe Crew, our running backs, and looking at my left and right, my other O linemen, we have each other's back, so that's the best feeling, the brotherhood when it comes to.
Yeah, it would be a great thing to have that big tight end back for one more year, wouldn't it? The Beezer Jr. Wouldn't it be nice to have him back? Great hands, and boy, tough kid out there too, throwing some blocks along with you guys.
Yeah, one tough kid.
Ramon, the interesting thing was too. Now, was it your sophomore year, or was it your junior? Because I believe you spent some time over with Ron Berner, or Coach Ron Berner, over at El Capitan prior to Christian High School.
Oh, that was my freshman year. I spent time at El Cap playing football. Then I transitioned to Christian High sophomore year.
So you're just chopping at the bit then. I mean, just like anybody else, waiting to get the green light. And what are you doing personally to stay in shape? Are you guys doing a lot of Zoom calls, keeping in touch, and trying to keep that playbook fresh in your head, especially offensive plays?
Well, it's honestly it's up to us. Personally, if we can make that decision, it's we have to work out on our own and make sure we're getting right on our own. The last time I remember, we had practice a week or two ago, and that's the last time we had it. So it's all up to us, to grind on our own and go ahead that the season's starting.
Yeah. Yeah, and Andy's so representative, Dave, of so many of our athletes. He's a very smart young man, is obvious, but his career beyond this year is probably in academics, and that's where we feel so much pain for everyone not being able to get this season underway. We've got that certain percentage that's going to go on and have a further career. Maybe Andy will find some other endeavors athletically to continue whatever works for him and other athletes. But that senior year of football, man, Friday nights, Saturday nights, sometimes for Christian, but that's it, under the lights. I mean, that's where we're feeling it, and I know that even though I snapped at you yesterday, Dave, I know the pain that we're all feeling. And, hopefully good times are just around the corner. I mean, Andy had worked so hard just to get to this point through so much, personal triumphs and tragedies. And that this is a culmination. This was going to be so important to him and other athletes like him.
And speaking of that, Andy, if you don't mind speaking on that, you've had talk about triumphs and tragedies, and I think you turned that tragedy into much more of a triumph. And how proud your mom would be of your success now, and just how proud I'm sure you are of how your dad kept it together. Your dad's a great man, and how he pushed you guys, and just keeping it together. And it's I can't even imagine. But what are your thoughts since then, and now that you can speak about it 2 years later? What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
When it first happened, it broke down not only like my family but all the people around me. Then after when I returned, I had to make a decision. It's either I keep on going forward or I can stay the same. And I know my mom personally. She was on me the whole time with school, football, make sure I was like getting ready, acting right. I know in order to make her proud is just keep on going forward, just keep on striving in life and like on and off the field. And it sucks because this season was like mainly dedicated to her. Because every time I step on the field, I always wear this bracelet right here, just to know like she fought for her life, and like it's time for me to like fight for the on the field for her.
And like I said, not only yourself, you being the older brother too, that's got to be I don't want to call it a burden. I bet you that feels that's got to be a great feeling of helping your dad keep the keep that glue together, and keep that tight bond of the family together, and pushing forward. And I can't imagine having I believe you have a younger sister too. That one probably is probably your protege, and you kind of look at it upon yourself to have somebody for her to look up to.
Yeah, it's being an older sibling. Like they react how I react, and by me like every day I try to help each and one of them out. Like ask them like, oh, do you need something, or like, or how you doing, or even just like hang out with them at the least. And just make sure like take the stress off my dad's shoulder. Because he has stuff he has to do for us, and like that's the least I can do. Just help my siblings. I'm trying to I want them to know like they're not by themselves. Like we're all on this journey together.
Andy, how about the community, the East County, the Christian High community? I've read tweets. I've followed a lot of what's going through Facebook. Like I mentioned, Bashi. I've known your dad off and on. We weren't close until probably the last 2 years, since he decided to help us out with some photography for East County Sports, which we really appreciated, and great photos, as a matter of fact. Andrew, we appreciate it. But how about the Christian community? I from what I saw, it's just amazing. Come Christmas time, especially in particular last year, just all the giving, and the way they took you in at the school, and the community as a whole, even the East County, I'll say, the way that they took you and your family in, and all the assistance is just amazing. I'm sure you were so appreciative, and I'm sure you weren't in shock because you know how these folks are out here. What were your
big
thoughts?
time community support, Andy.
Yeah, it's when I stepped in Christian, like I just felt like a welcome. Like when I stepped on there, it's like I had to be here. Like they made sure to check up on me, especially Coach Beezer. He made on and off the field, especially off the field during school, he'll call me in and like ask me how am I doing. Like, are you okay? Like, if there's anything you need, just come into my office. I'm always here. And same with the staff and teachers. Like, they they make sure that I'm doing okay and like not even in school but outside. It's like that, just the Christian the whole community. Like they care for one another and make sure everyone's doing okay. That's what it makes me. It makes me feel good that like I'm at that school because they truly made my high school experience way better.
And then with this being your big senior year, I'm sure everything that you've been through, Andy, it's got to be. I mean, looking at the pandemic, you're probably. I wouldn't say you're brushing it off, but you're able to embrace everything else that's positive around you because so much good has come out of. You know, I know there's been some huge bumps in the road, but you have turned again. Once I want to say it again, your tragedy into triumphs, and I'm sure that your mother and your father are extremely proud of how you've pushed through and the young man that you become already. And then on top of that, I'm sure once you open that letter from Boise State, I can't even imagine not only yourself but your dad probably was more one of the more proud moments than he's probably had in his life.
Yeah, it's stay like that's even though like the pandemic's happening, I can't like get mad over the season. Like if I look back, like after the tragedy, everything in my life started going up with the people around me, the community, even football. It just helped me grow as a person. And that's what like just looking back and I'm just very thankful for that. And if someone were to ask me like, would you have this season rather than anything else? Like, I'd rather choose what I went through rather than just have the season because this what I went through before the season happened. It's made me who I am to right now, and especially to see my family. They are the ones who stress about me that make sure I'm okay. And I know I got that letter and my dad seen it, he was very proud of me, and like he knew that not only that I'm going on in life, like he also knows that my mom's also proud of me also in this moment.
Absolutely, and I'm sure she expected nothing more than what you have done already, and the growth in just 2 short years. Andy, you got. I mean, you should be proud of yourself more than anything, and again, she's definitely looking down on you and. Definitely proud of everything that you've done, and not only your mom but your dad. I mean, what an amazing guy. I mean, I'm sure you look up to him yourself, uh, keeping you guys together, keeping you in school, making the best decisions for the family, and making the decision that he did just a few short years ago. And I'll tell you, talking to him personally in the last 2 years, he's come a long way too. And I tell you, there's not a more positive guy out there than your dad. He always is looking at that glass as half full and not half empty, and that's an absolute fact. And you can tell that he's definitely poured that into you as well.
I appreciate him, Andy, because he's part of our staff.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Like he like have like really changed my life with everything we've been through. He like I'm just like not many people like I could say like I see him. Not many people turn good out this way, but no matter what, like he after in the morning when the tragedy first happened until right now, like you said, it's two different people. Like he changed like positively, mentally. wants the best for not only us but to the people around. That's who he cares. He cares about us and the people around. Make sure that everyone else is okay, also, and they're doing good. That's what I love about him. He's a caring guy and just wants the best for everyone.
Yeah, Ramon, I'll tell you what, I talked to him every I'd probably say recently, and because of the sports coming back, I would say I talk to him about every other week, and I'll tell you, you wouldn't think that there's ever been a thing wrong in his life ever, and he's always thinking about the other guy. He's not thinking about what's going on with him. It's what's going on with you. What can I do to help you? Uh, those are rare folks that you can find. There are quite a few of them, fortunately, in the East County, but definitely he set you up for success, Andy, and you should definitely be proud of that. And now your job, of course, is your younger siblings. You got to help take the reins up with them, and I'm sure they will be just as successful in whatever they choose to do. And we definitely good luck and I know you'll be successful. You were talking about business. I'm sure you'll be successful in the business portion of your life. But you never know. Who knows, Ramon? We might even see him. He might even pick up a baseball bat. You never know, and start tossing the hide around. And I mean, anything's possible. And is there a possibility that you decide to become a walk-on over at Boise State?
I there's a possibility that I want to become a walk on. It just depends, because my mood changes. When football season hits, like I'm all into it, and after it's time for me to calm down. Get my schooling and everything right. So there's a possibility.
Yeah, but I bet right now, I mean, especially watching some of these as the football games on TV get more important, you think about some of those great matchups that the Patriots could, should, maybe will have this season. Some great games that I bet you were looking forward to, some big opponents, and put another year on those championship T-shirts over at Christian High.
Yes.
You do. You definitely. I will tell you this. How did Coach Beezer put it? He and Coach Oliver said, and they speak very highly of Coach Mitchell, and they said that they definitely didn't leave the cupboard bare. They left you guys stacked up, ready to go, and the more I got to know Coach Mitchell too, the more I know that you definitely are going to have a successful season. I was fortunate enough, Ramon, to personally, I don't know where it came from, but I personally decided, since it's right down the street from the house, I went in to personally introduce myself to Coach Mitchell and uh, how ECS works, and how proud we are of all of our schools, and also that we get about our private champion school down there off of Greenfield. And he definitely he's got a team that's, I don't want to say it's ready made. I that guys will have to put the work in, but you definitely they made a wise choice as far as replacing uh, the main two, Coach Beezer and Coach O. I say that they will ever be replaced 100%, but I know he'll do a fantastic job leading the pack. And I'm sure you guys are looking forward to putting another ring on that finger.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're very excited and like blessed that we have another great coach stepping in and seeing like the energy that Coach Mitchell brings. It's like it's like let us get on the field already. Like we're just ready to play with him on the field, with the energy and like the history. He's a Christian alumni, and so come back to help our school, the school I used to go to, is amazing. Amazing feeling that this is pretty much a family, and he wants to see everyone succeed.
Yeah. And Andy, I know you wanted to. Look, there's still 5 months left. We're all holding out hope, but you got a special pair of shoes there. I want you to show us these shoes if you can. So beautifully designed. I've lost Dave, so if it's just me and you, but if you could just show me the shoes that have your mother's picture on, these are incredible. Can I see these?
Yeah.
Yes, look at that. That is so awesome, man. And hoping to get a chance to wear those out on the field. Gosh, I mean, yeah, you've been. Oh, look at this. You have two sets, right? Let me see that saying there. If you could. God gave you this because he knew you were strong enough to live it. And now, how apropos for all of us, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, here comes Dave. We brought him back. Dave, we were just showing Andy's shoes. You've seen them, but hopefully get a chance to go out there on the field and wear them. There's his mom, and look at that. Look at those shoes. There's a blue set and a red set, Andy. You don't wear a red shoe and a blue shoe, do you? Oh, maybe Andy can't hear me right now. Dave, can you hear me?
I just now could, but I tell you what, I just wanted to make sure that we give credit where credit is due on the creator of those shoes and or those cleats. I'm sorry,
Okay.
and maybe we'll see them on the shelves of Retro Sports, one of our sponsors, or even Al Sports Shop sometime soon.
Yeah, thank you. I want to say thank you to Access the Dot Customs with the K on Instagram. I don't know, like, well, opening the shoes, like it brought true emotion to me. Like I remember opening them, I started bawling. Like it's like crazy how he put a face on a cleat, and like it brought like tears in my eyes, and like it makes you want to play just looking at these cleats.
Cool. Hey, feel free to drop his link, his IG, maybe in the chat after we're done. People might want to contact, see if they, maybe he does these. Dave, you might get me some shoes with my mom's picture on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would have been a hey. I I would even go as far as our fearless forecaster himself having a Bill Dickens pair would
Okay.
not be. I they'd have to be a pair of boots though, as you
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, Andy, we really appreciate you spending a few minutes of your evening on a Sunday evening and
We know there was a
being
lot to
able.
do out there in public.
Yeah.
And sharing the story and being able to get through something like this and grow from it and hopefully this inspires other athletes out there had similar situations happen and that not everybody has to get an athletic scholarship, but they can also get that academic scholarship, um, or maybe even both. But especially though, I got to say we appreciate you coming on and kind of doing a different show this evening, and I'm sure that all of our audience appreciates you, your family. I know that Ramon and I do for taking some time out, and so for Andy Fierro, Ramon Scott, I'm Dave Dickens, and thank you for spending the evening with East County Sports.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, everyone.